Running a business alone as a solo entrepreneur is freaking exhausting. But sadly, the good news is you aren't the only one feeling exhausted and burned out as an entrepreneur. A recent study found 42% of business owners experienced burnout this year. And they cite the major contributor to their burnout was dealing with everything we've had to deal with the last 2 years as business owners. And 53% of those business owners said that burnout has really affected the success of their business. And yes, I've had my own experience with burnout in peak 2020 when I was trying to balance it all and figure out this new normal. I have since then made some big changes, not only in my life, but in my business life to really make sure that I don't reach that burnout level again and really have simplified my business, but still continue to grow it. So I want to share with you the 6 ways you can start making your business life easier so you don't feel so burnout all the time. And some of these things you can actually get started with today. And trust me, your future self is going to thank you because I'm giving you action items for every single one of these steps. All right, I want to show each other some solidarity right here. Go ahead and hit the like button right now on this video if at any time in the past year you felt burnt out or exhausted with all the things that you need to do in your business. Because let me tell you, you aren't alone. Now let's start with that first way on how you can start making your business life easier. And that is know your end game. Yes, we are big Marvel fans here, so I was maybe playing into the whole Marvel's end game here, but hear me out. You need to know what you're actually working for. Why are you working? What is that end goal? Otherwise, you're never going to get to it because you don't know what it actually is. And trust me, this was me for the first 4 years in my business because I just had to make money and had to make money and had to make money, and I was on this rat race to making money, and I never really knew when I could take a breath or celebrate or take a vacation because I didn't have any kind of end goal in mind. And when you're in the thick of it like that, you're just trying to get your business rolling, you're just trying to get that first 6 figures, or you're trying to get some consistent income every single month, it can really be hard to pause and take a few minutes or, an hour to really think about what is the end game of all of this. But if you don't think about that, this is going to ultimately lead to burnout and exhaustion because it's like running a race that you never really know when it ends. You don't know how to train for it. You're not sure how long you're going to be running. And when that race starts, you never know when you're going to stop. So you're not sure when you should be pushing yourself, when you should be slowing down. And so you really want to take a moment, if you want to make your business life easier, to think about what is the end game of this all. And I don't mean you need to think 5 years out. Trust me, if I was trying to think 5 years out, it was impossible. I couldn't even plan what was going to happen in the next month of my business. But when I got to the point where I was able to actually start thinking about 5 years out was when I started to make changes, simplify my business, and have space to think about it. So I challenge you here to maybe just think 1 year from today. What do you want your business to look like? For me, when I sat down to think about my perfect week, this is what it included. It included planning YouTube videos, filming YouTube videos, engaging with my coaching clients inside a 10K on replay, and getting an email that I was booked to speak at a speaking engagement. So now that I know that's really my end game and how I want my week to be, I know the things that I should be focusing on every single day, every single month. I know the things that I've got to get off my plate. I've either got to decide, are they important that I should outsource, or can I just let that go? And I need to figure out a plan to start doing that. Now, keep watching this video because at the end, I'm going to share with you how you can start making that plan. So don't go anywhere just yet. All right, your action step for this very first thing is to take a moment and write your end game. Think about it. What do you really want to be doing 1 year from now? And if you know what your end game is, share it with us down in the comments below because I can't wait to hear what yours is. All right, the second thing that I did and that you can do to simplify your business life is to unsubscribe. I'm talking unsubscribing to YouTube channels, unsubscribing to email lists, unsubscribing to Instagram people, or unfollowing. So here's what was happening for me while following all of these things. I got lots of ideas. I got ideas for years, but I was constantly chasing that next thing. And I wasn't making any progress on the other things that I had put time into until I had to say, okay, take a beat here. These ideas are great, but you can't be acting on every single one that you get. So I had to unsubscribe to a lot of YouTube channels and a lot of podcasts because they were amazing to listen to, but they generated so many ideas that I couldn't focus on the things that I was trying to do in my business. Now, the other reason that you do want to unsubscribe to people too is that comparison game that creeps up up on us. So when you can start to unsubscribe or unfollow people who are doing similar things in your niche, it gives you that brain space and it doesn't give you FOMO. All right, this action step is really pretty easy. Pull out your phone, open up your podcast app or your YouTube app and start unsubscribing and see how it really affects your creativity and your productivity in your business. Let's keep simplifying your business life. This next thing that you can do is start time batching your tasks. So time batching is a time management technique that includes grouping similar tasks together and setting aside a time to complete them all or work on them until a predetermined point of progress. The purpose of time batching is really to minimize distractions for a workflow that enables concentration, attention to detail, and productivity. So in this instance, I'm talking about different tasks in your business. For me, the biggest thing that I time batch is preparing my YouTube videos. And then I time batch filming these videos. So I'll sit down here today and I will shoot probably 3 or 4 YouTube videos in addition to 3 TikToks at least for each YouTube video. And this really allows me to be productive because I know I'm in this zone. I have my lights set up, I have my calendar block, and I can really get these things done one after another. It really eliminates that multitasking that we so often do in our lives and in our business. And multitasking is actually a huge productivity killer. And the science says it. So this particular study showed that multitasking can lead to as much as a 40% drop in productivity. People who are interrupted and have to switch their attention back and forth take 50% longer to complete a task. And multitaskers make up to 50% more errors when completing a task. Now, if you are already batching things, let me know in the comments what are the things you're batching. But your action step here is to create a list of things that you could batch together. So the best way to do this is write a list of all the to-dos that you need to do. And then I like to grab a highlighter and highlight similar tasks. And then try it. Try it for 1 week and see if you get more done than you normally do. Let's continue making your business life easier and take this step. Start templating and documenting. The biggest time waster or the time eater in your business is doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. These are things that you could easily outsource to somebody, and it may not cost as much as you think to hire like a virtual assistant for a few hours a week, which actually brings up a question I have for you. So as I transition more of my content to a little more business strategy and business advice, first of all, make sure you're subscribed if you're super excited to hear about that. But let me know if you're also interested in hearing more about hiring and the hiring process and how to do it, because I just got through 3 months of hiring hell and I have some thoughts. So if you want to see a video about hiring, type hiring in the comments below so that I know to add that to my content plan. Let's talk about documenting real quick. So for example, every single week I send a newsletter out to let you know that I have a new video out. And the process is the same thing every single time. I don't need to be doing this. I could literally have anybody follow the steps that I create if I've documented those steps. This is how you're going to be able to get these mundane tasks off your plate so you can really focus on the revenue generating tasks. So if you can start templating what you're doing, like thumbnail templates, email newsletter templates, and then documenting the entire process, you could get anybody in to do this. So that's your action step here. Make a list of things that you're currently doing that if you just created or outlined your process, you could outsource to somebody and get that off your back. Okay, all of these action steps are really starting to add up, and hopefully you can start to see how they're all really going to make your business life much easier. But how are we going to implement all of this? Remember, at the end, I'm going to share with you the exact plan on how you can start doing this. All right, the next thing that you need to do to make your business life easier is to find community. Now, 2 weeks ago, I did a video about all of the masterminds that I joined and the community that I was able to develop in those masterminds and really how life-changing it was. And then last week's video, I talked about the 8 lists that I created in my business, and one of those lists was having business buddies to reach out to. Being an entrepreneur is freaking hard, and you really need the support of people who know what you're going through. I was honestly saved countless times over the past 1.5 years by friends that I had found in my masterminds. Being able to actually meet with them in person and be able to go to events together and get to have fun was so important in the growth of my business. And this is exactly why I created my group coaching program, 10K on Replay. It is exactly what I wished I would have had 4 years ago when I was trying to figure out this system to getting consistent monthly income. And that's why I created this program. Not only do you get that community, but you get the support of myself and my guest expert coaches inside as well for feedback and for accountability. So if you're really looking for community and you want to start hitting consistent income and reach that next level in your business, go apply now. We are accepting applicants at trinalittle.com/10K. This is a great time to join because we're really going to be focusing with our clients on how to plan out their 2023, what they should be focusing on, what projects that they should keep, what projects they should throw away, and what's really going to move the needle in their business. So your action step here is to find a community. It doesn't have to be 10K on replay. You could join a Facebook group, or maybe you reach out to people that you're talking to on Instagram and you have like that DM relationship. Just find somebody that you can lean on when those business days in your office alone gets hard. The next thing you need to do to make your business life easier, and you've got to hear me loud and clear on this one, is dedicate time to planning and reflecting. You want to make sure all the things that I just listed happened, right? You want to implement all of these things to make your business life easier. Say yes down in the comments if you're nodding your head right now. But how are you going to do this? How are you going to get started? The first thing that you need to do is you've got to block time on your calendar. And I highly suggest you block time every month, or at the least every single quarter. So that's every single 90 days. This is actually something that we do. We schedule every 90 days inside of 10K on replay. We all jump on Zoom together and I lead the call in reflecting on what did we do the past 90 days? What worked really well? What am I really proud of? What's some wins that I had? Because we need to celebrate. Then we want to look at the things that didn't quite work, or the things that were harder than we thought, because that's really going to affect how we plan the next 90 days and the things that we're going to continue implementing and the things we're just going to leave to the side for now. And that is why at the beginning of this video, it was so important to map out that end game, because everything you decide to do in your day-to-day business planning is going to hook back in to your end game. And once you decide what you're moving forward in your next 90 days and what you're leaving behind, then you can really start mapping out all the things you're going to be doing by month, by week, and even by day. And this is totally going to change your business life, because you're going to come to your desk every single morning and you're going to know exactly what you need to do that day. So your action step here is go to your calendar. Maybe you block some time right after this video, whenever you have time, but you've got to block about 60 to 90 minutes. Inside of 10K on replay, we do about 90 minutes. And you need to treat this time just like a dentist appointment. You cannot reschedule it. You cannot skip it, and you have to show up for it. Now, if you're a list loving person and you also love this video, you definitely want to watch the video that is on your screen right now. I share the 8 lists that I have in my business that help me make more money in my business. So you can click on it right now to watch. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more help in growing your business to consistent 10K months and beyond.